Hey people, welcome back to my stream. Wait, let me fix something. Alright, the game has already started. Okay. There you go. It's loading. Game capture is not working. Game capture is not working. Why is it not working? Oh, there you go. And that's kind of weird. Hey people, welcome back to my Tsukihime Remake stream, and we're going to be continuing where we left off. I think we're doing shells. The choice where I picked shells. You know what? We'll just continue here. I think this is it. All right. Fifth period. The lesson in classical literature is putting me to sleep, but I keep on writing on my notebook. Our high school has yet to approve the use of electronic devices for note-taking. They say they plan to eventually move to using tablets, but that seems to be a few years out still. That said, if you do use your phone in class, you aren't likely to get in trouble for it. It's an unspoken agreement. Even now, there are a handful of students using their cell phones to read dictionaries, exchange texts, and browse websites. I'm more of an analog person myself, so I do it the old-fashioned way and write my notes by hand. It happens suddenly. My senses intensify as though accelerating. My field of vision rolls up, twists and folds on itself until it's just a point. I feel so off balance. It's as though my brain itself is spinning in circles. My vision wavers. I feel as though something is festering at the back of my head and that my consciousness is about to tumble out of my skull. I know this feeling. This sudden dizziness marks the onset of a bout of anemia. How careless of me. I let my guard down despite knowing this could happen to my body at any time. I hate this. I mostly manage to avoid collapsing in class, but as my vision grows dark, I reach out and latch onto my desk to steady myself. But it's all in vain. I can't put any strength into my fingertips. It's all left is for me to collapse into the floor.
Sensei, ちょっといいっすか?
Man, this is a pain in the ass. I mean, Shiki's anemia episodes. And then someone hits me on the back roughly.
遠野のやつ、調子が悪そうなんで保健室に連れて行きたいんですけど。
Ariko had shown up without me noticing.
遠野、具合が悪いのか?
I hear the teacher's voice from the podium.
いえ、これぐらい平気で。
ああ、全然ダメだそうです。こりゃ早退させた方がいいんじゃないですか?
Ariko just goes and loudly speaks over me.
そうか。先生も遠野の体のことは聞いている。遠野、体調が優れないなら保健室で休むか。
Maybe he's a good person after all. The literature teacher seems to completely believe Arihiko's words.
ほら、帰っていいとよ。そんな青い顔しやがって。まずいと思ったらすぐに言わねえとわからねえだろうが。
I mean, it's a sudden thing that happened for Shiki, so they didn't even have time to react other than just to collapse. Ariko pats me on the back, reproachably.
それじゃあ、早退させてもらいます、先生。
The literature teacher nods solemnly.
悪い、アリヒコ。いらない心配をかけさせた。
気にすんな。中学からの腐れ縁だからな。お前が貧血でぶっ倒れそうな雰囲気ってのはすぐにわかんだよ。
Ariko goes back to his seat. I somehow manage to stumble onto my feet and drag my laden body from the classroom. I leave the school building. I thought about going to the infirmary to rest. But if I went there at this hour, there's a high possibility that I'll fall asleep until nighttime. For that reason, I decided it's better if I head back to the mansion, even if it means pushing myself a little.
ちょっとは楽になってきたかな。
As I breathe in the outside air, I begin to feel rejuvenated. 7 years ago. Maybe it's the price I had to pay in exchange for recovering from an accident that almost killed me. But ever since that incident, I suffered from chronic anemia. Well. This is going to be a far side topic. When I was first discharged from the hospital, I'd suffer from an attack almost every day. I missed out on a lot of things as a result of my condition, but thanks to the people around me, it was never a big deal. Now that I've grown up a bit, the symptoms are a lot less frequent, provided I avoid excessive physical activity. Even so, I can't stop myself from getting dizzy and losing consciousness occasionally. I got lucky today in that Arihiko called out to me midway. I'd normally have fainted under those circumstances. I take a slow, deep breath, letting the fresh air fill my lungs. Doing my best to ignore the lingering feeling of something festering inside my head, I leave the school. I step out into the street in front of the station. I can't believe it. This proves that I'm still in a daze. I almost went into the ticket gate out of habit. The Arima household isn't my home anymore. The Tono mansion is. There's no longer a reason for me to take the train from here. Alright, here we go. This is it. I'm still not feeling well. I put my hand on my forehead and find it's hotter than the usual. If I push myself too hard and collapse on the side of the road, I'll be even worse off when I started.
しょうがないな。ほんと。
I sit down on a bench, disgusted with myself. I'm going to take a break until I calm down a bit. I watch the crowd in front of the station in a daze. It's a little past 2. The bustle of the city continues unabated. People are passing by me in droves. Each and every one of them isn't a perfect stranger to me, and they don't even spare a glance towards those around them as they each make their own destinations. Despite all these people being in the same place, they are each locked in their own separate worlds. In the same way that you are the main character in your own life. They go about each day with themselves at the center stage. Even as they look around themselves, they see nothing at all. Their respective days do not intersect, nor do they branch out in new directions. This is the insight that allows us to obtain a baseline level of public order with minimum amount of effort. Even while depending on others, we don't get too involved with them. This kind of individualism seems to be the path chosen by mankind. Perhaps I'm feeling sentimental because of the light fever.
帰ろう。
I feel a lot calmer now, and if I hang around here, I'll only end up wallowing in these wordless thoughts. I stand up on the bench and blend in with the crowd. With my thoughts dulled by anemia, I head for the mansion. All I want right now is to be left alone in my room. I want to take out these glasses, close my eyes, and become nothing but a pair of lungs. Here we go. That is, until I cross paths with that woman. I even wondered whether time itself had stopped. Every fiber of my being commits to that single instant to memory. golden hair, and red eyes. White clothes, a white figure. A snowfield with no footprints. An unblemished silhouette reminiscent of a sacred mountain beyond human comprehension. My pulse skyrockets. My heart kicks into overdrive. My veins and arteries are invigorated. My nerves snap one by one under this stress, as though someone had put a torch in my spinal cord. To say that I'm entranced would understate my obsession. My feet are already stopping. I turn my head so as to not lose sight of her as she passes me by. I find myself forgetting to breathe. I feel nauseous. I can't breathe. I'm suffocating. I can't remember how to breathe properly no matter how hard I try. My throat is burning. My eyeballs feels like they're going to shatter. My palms are wet and slippery. Sorry, I randomly remembered some song. My blood isn't doing its job, and my fingertips are so cold that I can't even feel them. But even so, I'm sweating so much. I remember that I am a living thing. My body begins to breathe again, but my sense of reason. I didn't make any mistakes. I didn't choose anything. I just wanted to go home. My sense of reason is, I vaguely understand now that the tightrope I tricked myself into walking has been cut. I have to chase her. I have to chase that woman. Chase, and then talk. I move my frozen feet, breathing as hotly and as heavily as a... What's up this weird sensor thing? What the hell? I hunt the figure of the woman in white. The woman is walking slowly. She's not interested in me at all. A faint question crosses my mind. Not interested? That's absurd. Is she really that sort of person? But the truth is, she hasn't even noticed me. Did something happen? There must have been something. She's probably very tired, exhausted, drained. And that's why I have an opportunity. The reason that I feel this way is because when all is said and done, I'm confident that I blank her. What? Is this supposed to happen? I can't tell if this is like intentional or is just like I'm just kidding. You know what? I actually want to see this in reverse. Give me a second. How did he stay there? Alright. Flip image. Alright, here you go. He basically says, I want to run my filthy tongue all over her. I can see why it was flipped. It was a very it's a very dirty line. But the thing about like to talk about like murderous intent and sexual desire is being treated as similarly in the story. I mean, later on, Shiki attempts to do something on Arcade. So if he wasn't killing someone, he had sexual desire instead. Oh man, it's a good thing No, I mean, for a narrative purpose, it's a good thing they kept that scene. Again, it's not like morally, you know, but it emphasizes the fact that the instinctual I lost my train of thought, but basically no, it's a nature kind of thing. Anyway, let's continue. I'll do my commentary later. Anyway, when was the last time I satisfied my desire? We're talking about desire here, so maybe I should like. Oh, there you go. This one is like, he says, I want to tear her apart into 1,000 pieces. I'm not talking about a desire that can be satisfied through masturbation or intercourse. I mean something simpler, more primal. I want to cut her down so I can savor her. That's the first sentence. I don't remember what it is. In fact, I don't even. Wait. So basically it says in the reverse line, I can't wait to blank her to my heart's content. Having it blank, it allows it to have, well, in the context he was mentioning both sexual desire and the desire to commit murder. So the concept of murder and sexual desire is almost synonymous, but there is a line that says, I'm not talking about the desire that can be satisfied through masturbation or intercourse. I mean something simpler and more primal. Anyway, I don't even remember ever having satisfied it at all. Desire to murder. Huh. I let out a sigh that doesn't sound like my own. I clutch my chest to hold back my boiling emotions. The woman swimming through the crowd is so chastely beautiful that I could just eat her up. My throat is aching. I haven't been able to breathe for a while now. But what of it? It's only natural. It would be rude of me as a living being not to get excited after witnessing such a blank. I take something out of my bag. I put it in my pocket and start to walk. I feel the hard touch of iron on my fingertips. I am truly blessed. This tool is just perfect. How wonderful. I'm going to climax. What a sensual rendezvous. I need to keep my distance. I can't let her notice me. I can't let any of the nuances that are surround me get suspicious. That woman and I are complete strangers. I had to follow her by scent alone, acting as naturally as I'm capable of. The woman enters an apartment complex. An automatic glass door, the security is perfect. You can't even enter the lobby if you aren't a resident. I go around to the emergency exit, take out my jacket and leave it somewhere hidden. I cut and I go inside. There's no one in the lobby. I look at the elevator, the light is stopped at the top floor. I press the call button, I go inside. I'm ready for 17 pieces, man. I'm immediately overwhelmed by the traces of her presence. The lingering scent of a woman that makes the corners of my mouth twitch upwards. Wait, let me fix something. I think. Let me fix the volume a bit. I think. The threshold thing. Sorry, I'm adjusting my mic right now. Maybe this is too low. Hello. I think this is good. Maybe a little bit more. Yeah. 6 minus 6 decibels, maybe. All right. Okay. There we go. I'm trembling with excitement. In the tight confines of the sealed room, I clutch the weapon in my pocket. She's right here, near me. Just a little further and I can blank her. I get out of the elevator. I could sense that there was no one on the landing. I leave the sealed room. I cross to the hallway. There's not a soul in sight. I can't think. My brain can only think of a single word. Blank that woman. To blank that woman. At this rate, I'm going to. I've arrived in front of the room tree. This must be it. All the other rooms are empty. Can I be sure? I can. If you live like an animal, you can tell that much by smell, whether you want to or not. It's shameful. It's unforgivable. There's nothing I can do about it. The rules of modern society are fragile things. That's why even such trivial impulse is enough to prove fatal to them. I go press the doorbell, but stop. My glasses are in the way. I can't do what I came here for with these on.
いい？決して軽はずみな気持ちで物を見ちゃダメだからね。
There was a woman who told me that a long time ago. But now I can't remember her name or her face. I slowly take off my glasses. Screaming lines look like the wrinkles of age. I don't even understand it myself. What am I trying to accomplish? What have I come all this way? What does Tonoshiki want to do with that woman from earlier? I don't know. But I press the doorbell.
はい。
I hear a voice through the door. The door begins to open. In that moment, I slip into the room through the small gap. The woman cries out. At least, she tries to. The voice of the woman I was so infatuated with, who I had desperately pursued all the way here, will never be heard again. 17 pieces. The whole thing is over before I know it. The moment I enter the room, I hear a click. The sound of a hammer striking. Was it the sound of the door? The creaking of my brain? The alarm bells at the end? It wasn't any of those. So then, what was it? It goes without saying, there's only one thing it could be. The sound of a knife being released. In an instant, I trace the lines running along the woman's body. I stab. I cut. I pierce. I run her through. I cut her into pieces. I kill her completely and utterly. There are a total of 17 lines on her body. Neck, back of her head, right eye to lip, upper right arm, lower right arm, right ring finger, left elbow, left thumb, middle finger, left breast, rib to heart, stomach to the abdomen in 2 places, left groin, left thigh, left shin, left toe. As we pass by each other in the space of less than a second, I run through them all in the blink of an eye and dismantle her into 17 cuts of meat. Somehow that got me hungry. I'm just kidding. I hear a stupid, idiotic voice. I don't even realize that it came from my own mouth. I feel lightheaded and dizzy. There are pieces of something scattered in front of me. A red liquid seeps across the marble floor as though someone had knocked over a bucket of water. The revolting smell of blood. The cuts are very clean. There are no organs spilling out. There is only the crimson color sweeping across the floor like a wave. It's a strange sight. The room is empty save for the dismembered woman's limbs and myself just standing there. The creeping red floor is too vivid. The knife used to commit this murder is still clutched in my hand. Of course she is. She wouldn't be human if she were still alive after this. Well, what do you know? There's nothing at all. Just now with my very own hands, did Tenoshiki really cut this woman he didn't even know to pieces? With his own hands, like it was nothing. There's no doubt about it. Or maybe there is. I had no reason to. But it can't be me. It can't have been me. But the reason never entered into this to begin with. No. It can't have been me. I'm the only one here. There was another person here up until a moment ago. But now I'm the only one alive. No. It can't have been me. But I had no reason. There was no reason to. I didn't want to. I wasn't in my right mind. I was never sane in the first place. No. It can't be. It can't have been me. It wasn't. The red blood continues to spread across the marble floor, oozing slowly. It makes it all the way to my feet. I left my shoes in surprise, but not in time. Ropes of the woman's red blood stretched between my feet and the floor like coal tar. It's blood. Because it broke her apart and the disgusting color continues to sluggishly flow out of her and spread measly across the floor. Yes. This has to be a mistake. A mistake. A mistake. It has to be a mistake. It has to be. This must be... Well... Obviously I choose number 1 because I want to go through Arcwade's route. I can't do number 2 yet without translations. This is me, I have to learn. This is me. I have to remind myself I have to actually continue with my studies. So we'll pick number 1 because this is what I'm trying to do with this playthrough. This is just a bad dream. But then, why is the smell of blood so horribly real? Not true. 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 What's not true? That I killed her? Or that I didn't kill her? No. I know perfectly well what the reason was. When I look at her, I could only think of one thing. Yes, Konoshiki wanted to kill that woman. At that time, it was all I could think of. I just didn't try to put that feeling into words because inside of my head was a mush. The smell of blood is making me nauseous. The contents of my stomach start to rise back up. The vermilion seeps into my eyeballs. I feel dizzy, as though my brain itself is shaking. Nauseous and lightheaded, I fall to my knees in a sea of red blood. Gastric juices well up in my throat. I throw up everything in my stomach. Everything I ate, my gastric juices, I throw it all up and sob. There's nothing left in my stomach, and yet my body keeps on dry heaving, as though to reject everything that happened here, as if it's trying to somehow wipe this all away and return the world to normal. This is kind of awkward for like Arcade, because when she regenerates, I wonder if parts of Shiki's vomit is like with her right now. This is so weird when I think about it. Anyway, let's not think about that right now. It hurts. It stings, as though my insides are on fire. I can't stop crying, and my body crumbles to the ground like a piece of discarded garbage. My body has been dyed in sticky red. There's so much pain, so much red, that I feel like I'm dreaming. My tears won't stop. I'm distraught at the thought of having killed her. No, that's not it. I'm distraught at the fact that I killed her as easily as if I were dismembering a doll. Without meaning, without mercy. I just don't understand. I don't know what came over me. I don't know why I killed her for no reason. I don't understand why. It has to be. None of this is real. I mean, think about it. I had one of my usual dizzy spells, and then all this is just a dream I saw while I was lightheaded. I mean, how could it be possible to tear a person apart like that with nothing but a knife? I heard that it takes an entire day of hard work to dismember a single human being, even with a saw. There's no way you could manage it with nothing more than a knife. Plus, those lines aren't even real to begin with. They're just a convenient delusion that I came up with. Gastric juices drip from my lips. Not only my mouth, but my body from chin down is sticky with stomach fluids. The gastric juices blend with the my stomach tracts, even though there's nothing left in it anymore. My esophagus and throat are bleeding. It hurts. That's why I'm sure. This isn't a dream. I'm just lying to myself. Deep down, I understand that. I was lusting after her. Seeing that woman made me aroused. Tingles from my eyes. I already understood that these lines let me cut through things as easily as slicing paper. Shiki should have known that humans could be torn apart just as easily. I've been living irresponsibly, not even stopping to consider that possibility. I can kill things so easily. I'm a dangerous human being. I should have blinded myself or endeavored to live a life where I never see another soul. I'm so sorry. I couldn't even keep such a simple promise. I don't know. Not even a speck of that impulse that overcame me earlier remains. But at that time, I didn't even think about enduring or suppressing those thoughts. I was thinking and acting as though such impulses were totally natural. In which case, the answer is obvious. I'd definitely gone crazy. I'd been probably insane for the last 7 years. Ever since the incident that should have killed me. From the moment I miraculously survived, I can hear the sounds of rain coming from somewhere. It's a prolonged, quiet drizzle. I'm dizzy. My throat hurts when I breathe. I manage to raise my voice.
四季様
Oh, it's Hisui-san. Immediately after, I hear someone's voice and sense their nearby presence. Why is he back in his room? I actually don't remember how he got back to the room. I remember it was something supposedly Kohaku did it, but nah, I think he lost his memory after, you know, killing Arkwade. He was in a state of shock. He went to the park or something. What I don't know is how Kohaku knows where to go. I don't remember if the school informed the Tono Mansion that he left early because, well, whatever. Let's continue the story. They might have given an explanation that satisfies what I remember. I'm not sure how I got here, but I'm lying down in my own room. I take my glasses from the nightstand and put them on.
おはようございます、四季様。
翡翠。
はい。お体の具合はいかがでしょうか。
Hisui asked me a strange question. There's nothing particularly wrong with my body. Yes. Why? Why am I sleeping in a place like this?
俺は人を殺し
I almost said I killed her, but I shut my mouth. That's the one word my sense of reason won't let me say.
翡翠。俺どうしてここに。
覚えていらっしゃらないのですか、四季様。
Hisui frowns imperceptibly.
学校の方から四季様は早退したというお電話がありました。ですが夕方になっても帰ってこられず、姉が探しに行ったところ、公園でお休みになっていたそうです。
Okay, this is simpler. I think the original was not was very terrible at the explanation part. But this one actually gave a very simple explanation that it's okay. It's okay. It makes sense. A sensible reason is enough.
公園って近くの公園。
はい。四季様はベンチで休まれており、その後ご自分の足で屋敷までお帰りになられました。
嘘だろ。そんな覚え全くないんだけど。
No, this line is bothering me because I can't tell if he was still actually in a state of shock when he went home, or he was that is like the thing that's a convenient explanation that they're giving him right now.
四季様の記憶が定かではないのは、そうおかしなことではないと思います。
I mean, he was trying to forget about everything, you know.
貧血による衰弱で、四季様は意識が混濁していたようなので。
I really don't remember any of that. Still, there's no reason to doubt anything Hisui said.
ああ、もう夜の9時なんだ。全然記憶にないや。
はい。お屋敷に戻られたシキ様は、眠りたいとだけ告げて、お部屋で休まれたのです。お医者様をお呼びしようとしたのですが、シキ様はいつものことだからと。
そうか。確かに貧血で倒れるのはいつものことだけど。
This time was different. I killed someone. Wait. Hold on.
翡翠、俺どんな格好をしてたんだ？
は？
だから服装、俺のシャツとか靴とか、その血で。
They'd all been wet and sticky with it.
シキ様の制服でしたら汚れていましたので洗濯をしておりますが。
洗濯ってあんな血だらけの服を？
確かに泥にまみれてはおりましたが、血液らしきものはありませんでした。それに汚れていたのはシャツとズボンだけで、上着は特に何も。
I'm not surprised if Arco regenerated at that point where the blood's already gone or something, but I'm trying to think. Yeah, I always hated this part because I don't think it was ever explained. Maybe you don't really need like a deep explanation because this is like window dressing for like the next couple of scenes, which is much more important anyway. But yeah, unbelievable. Even though I was kneeling in the sea of blood, my legs and arms were bright red.
シキ様、何か良くない夢でも見られていたのですか？先ほどまでうなされていたようですし、今もお顔の色が優れません。
Hisui is staring intently at my face.
夢って。
Oops. Was it all a dream? The smell of blood. The ethereal woman in white. Ethereal. That's kind of
いや、そうだよな。あんなのは悪い夢だ。
I let out a long sigh. That's right. It was all a bad dream. There's no way I'd sensibly go and break the promise I made to Sensei when I was little. Not without having us even a single reason to.
目が覚めた。
シキ様のご気分さえよろしければ、夕食の支度をいたします。
いや、夕食は。
I know it was only a dream, but I still can't get the color and the smell of that blood out of my head.
ごめん、いらない。今晩はこのまま眠ることにする。それより翡翠。
はい。何でしょうか、シキ様。
そのさ、俺夕方に帰ってきたらしいけど、秋葉はなんて言ってた？
秋葉様ならその時間はお帰りになられてはおりませんでした。2時間ほど前にお帰りになられた折、シキ様のご容体をお伝えしておきましたが。
What about it? Hisui asked silently.
いや、別に何でもないんだ。帰ってきてまだ3日目なのに迷惑をかけて呆れてるだろうなって。
確かに秋葉様はご気分を害されておりましたが、呆れているというわけではなさそうでした。
After saying that, Hisui takes a step back.
それでは失礼します。何かご用がおありでしたらお呼びください。
ああ、ありがとう。もう一つ聞き忘れてた。
はい。 何でしょう、四季様。
外、雨が降ってるんだね。いつから降り始めたのかな、これ。
四季様がお帰りになられる前からです。姉が見つけた時、四季様は雨に濡れていたとのことです。
Well, you know what? Considering this is considering Kohaku was the one who found Shiki, I'm not surprised if there were a lot of like a lot of other things that let's not think about this right now. I see. I can't even remember something as simple as that. It must have been a pretty severe bout of anemia. If I knew things were going to turn out like this, I'd have just rested at school instead of pushing myself.
おやすみ。今日は本当にすまない。琥珀さんにもお礼を伝えておいてくれ。
かしこまりました。それではおやすみなさいませ。
夢だったんだ。
The words I muttered were utterly hollow. I just can't convince myself that they were true. I can't believe the events that took place in that dream. Nor can I believe it was actually a dream at all. I hear the soft hiss of the rain falling outside. My head still feels a little heavy. I happen to glance at my chest. The scars I got 7 years ago look like a burn mark, still clearly visible on my skin. The knife I received as a memento from my father is sitting on top of the desk. It was all a dream. What else could it have been but a dream? I closed my eyes, still repeating those words over and over in my mind, as if to trick myself into believing them. I breathe out a long, slow breath, as though trying to clear my lungs of that scent. I surrender myself to a dark sleep that cuts off my consciousness. Back when I was a child, I think someone told me not to tell lies that I couldn't even fool myself with. Well, you fucked up. All right, day 4. We should be in the arcway route right now. I wake up in the gray daylight. I no longer hear the sound of raindrops. The rain has stopped, but the sky still looks cloudy. I take a deep breath and prop myself in bed. I couldn't sleep properly last night. Every time I was about to fall asleep, that scene replayed itself in my mind and woke me back up.
真っ赤な床とバラバラの。
Reason and memory are inconvenient in times like these. They try to remind you of all the things you want to forget.
バカらしい。あれは夢だったのに。何をいつまでうなされてるんだ、俺は。
Yes, it was just a dream. I want to forget about it as soon as possible. There is a knock at the door. The clock reads just before 6. Who could it be this early in the morning?
失礼いたしま。四季様。申し訳ありません。お目覚めでいらしたのですね。
いや、こっちこそ驚かせてごめん。昨日の夕方から寝ていたから、早く目を覚ましたんだ。それで翡翠の方こそどうしたんだ？こんな早くから何かあったのか？
Sui falls silent, seemingly perplexed. Looking closely, I notice my school uniform in her hand.
着替えを持ってきてくれたのか。
はい。重ねて申し訳ありません。お見苦しいところをお見せしました。
Wait, what? Sui doesn't say anything more. I don't remember seeing anything particularly unpleasant, but I'm not going to get hung up on it.
とにかくありがとう。制服はそこに置いていいよ。すぐに着替えて今に行くから。
はい。それでは失礼します。
Hisui heads for the door without a sound. However, she stops short just in front of the door and abruptly turns around.
四季様、お時間があるのでしたら、入浴の用意もいたしますが。
入浴って朝から？
はい。四季様はひどく汚れています。
Now that she mentions it, I do feel a little grimy. Apparently, I spent a decent chunk of yesterday collapsed in the park with anemia. So I guess it's not that surprising.
そうだな。悪いけど用意してくれる？この時間なら学校にも十分間に合うし。
かしこまりました。では、20分ほど経ちましたら浴場においでください。
So it takes the bath and 6:30, 20-ish. Then Hisui sets my uniform down and leaves the room. The time is still 6 in the morning. I stare up in the ceiling of my room for 20 minutes without doing anything. After dousing my head with cold water, my sluggish thoughts finally begin to sharpen. I take a deep breath as the cold water drifts through my hair. It really was a disgusting dream. I can't believe I dreamt about killing a woman that I didn't even know. I knew I was worn out from living in this unfamiliar mansion, but if I've already reached a point where I'm seeing dreams like that, it doesn't exactly bode well for my future.
そうだよな。気を引き締めないと。
I dump another bucket of cold water over myself and begin to wash. The touch of the washcloth is enough to send a stinging pain through my throat. Ooh.
これ。
I look at my neck in the mirror. Weird. My throat is red and swollen. I return to my room and change into my uniform. It has just turned 7 o'clock. I take my bath and leave the room, marveling at how restored I feel after simply having a bath.
おはようございます、四季さん。今朝は早いんですね。
After heading downstairs, I happen to bump into Kohaka-san just as she's leaving the living room.
それに、なんだかさっぱりしていらっしゃいます。もしかしてお風呂上がりなんですか？
ええ、さっきまで入っていました。すごいですね、琥珀さん。そういうのわかるものなんですか？
一目瞭然ですよ。四季さん、髪が乾ききってませんから。お風呂上がりだと、四季さんは一層可愛らしくなるんですね。
Bro, she's just saying, take a bath more often. Faced with her carefree smile, I can't help but look away. Being smiled at right now makes my heart ache.
ちょっと待っててくださいね。朝ごはんこれから支度をしますから。
Breakfast. In other words, I'm going to be eating something. The most trivial words remind me of the color red, a color blood. This morning I have even less of an appetite than the usual.
そうですね。今朝は洋風でいいですか？
ああ、うん。基本的にどっちでもいいんですけど。そっか、朝ごはんか。あんまりにもお風呂が気持ちよかったから忘れてた。
そうなんですか？四季さんは昨夜も食べていませんから、お腹の音で目を覚ましたのかなって翡翠ちゃんと話してたんですけど。
いや、単純に寝すぎただけだよ。子供の頃から小食だったから、1食2食抜くのはよくあることだったし。
はあ、言われてみると四季さんって贅肉のないいい体をしていますものね。もしか
そんなこだわりはなかったけど、言われてみれば有馬の家では野菜ばっかり食べてた気がします。
I don't know, man. I know a couple of vegetarians that aren't then. Anyway. After I'd left the hospital, the doctor warned me to avoid any hard to digest foods. But I actually ended up steering clear of meat for other reasons. Probably because it reminds me of the death of a living creature.
好き嫌いはないんですね。それでしたら安心してお食事を用意できます。さあ、すぐにお作りしますから、居間で待っていてくださいな。
Starting to get a headache for some reason. Am I hungry? Is it because I'm hungry? No way. It's not like a major headache. It's like you kind of feel it. Anyway, I'll probably end stream 7:30. Maybe 7:30 is good. I still haven't watched the seasonals for today. I went straight to playing this after work. All right, let's continue. Kulaka-san spins around and starts scurrying back toward the living room. But I can't bring myself to swallow anything right now.
ああ、いいんだ、琥珀さん。今日は食欲がないから、このまま学校に行くよ。秋葉にもそう伝えておいてくれ。
With that, I turn and head for the front door. However, as soon as I do, someone grabs hold of my arm tightly.
四季さん、
This is unexpected. Kulaka-san seems angry.
なんてことを言い出すんですか。四季さん、今朝は鏡をご覧になってないんですか？
いや、鏡なら風呂場で見たけど。
嘘です。ご自分の顔を一度でも見ているなら、そんなことは言えません。
Looks like Kohaka-san is seriously angry. Thinking back on it, when I saw my face in the bathroom, it wasn't just pale. It was positively ashy.
いや、でも大丈夫だって。俺はもともと血の気が少ないし、人より顔色が悪く見えるだけというか。
ダメです。朝ごはんを食べないと大きくなれないんですから。食欲がないようでしたら病人食にいたしますから、どうぞ食堂にいらしてください。
Keeping a firm grip on my arm, Kohaka-san starts marching. This is the first time I've seen this word. From marching me toward the dining room. It doesn't look like I have much of a choice. I'm seriously unenthusiastic about this, but I'll accept her kind offer. What? You were planning to skip? You're planning to skip Akiha? With breakfast? Maybe you should meet up with her.
お体の具合はよろしいのですか？
Akiha's greeting sounds more reserved than usual. She's lacking her usual bravado. She must be worried about my health. In her own way.
おはよう。体の方は まあそれなりに調子いいよ。
I return her greeting and take a seat.
それでは食べやすいお雑炊などをご用意いたしますね。ちょっとだけお待ちください。
Wait, it's just 7 o'clock. What time do they usually meet in the living room? Toshiki's classes start at 8. And he has to be out of the mansion before 7:30. Okay. So by that time, Akiha talks with like Shiki on day 1 and day 2. It was like, I don't know, 7:10 or 7:20. And man, I'm not gonna think too much about like the time it takes to do X, Y, Z. Koaka-san moves quickly. She steps back into the hallway, no doubt headed for the kitchen at the end of the west wing. I really am developing a headache. There are the 3 of us in the dining room, myself, an uncharacteristically reserved Akiha, and Hisui, who is standing by the wall. This is kind of awkward.
兄さん、昨夜のことですけど、公園で倒れていたというのは本当なんですか？
ああ、自分でもいまいち覚えてないけど、琥珀さんと翡翠がそう言うんならそうなんじゃないか？
もう他人事のようにおっしゃらないでください。兄さんは体が弱いんですから、危ないと感じたら屋敷に連絡を入れてください。すぐに迎えのものを行かせますから。
小学生じゃないんだからそんなのは必要ないよ。どんなに気分が悪くたって自分一人で帰ってこれる。
それでは兄さんはまだ子供なんですね。昨日は一人で帰ってこれなかったんですから。
Well, she got you there. Sorry, I was fixing the placement of one of my figures. It's Homer from Madoka, and I realized she kind of looks like Akiha. It's kind of weird. Anyway.
昨日は特別だ。あんなことはめったにない。だいたいな、俺は慢性的な貧血持ちなだけで体が弱いわけじゃない。いちいち秋葉に心配される筋合いはないよ。昨日は単に致命的に間が悪かっただけなんだ。
致命的だなんてバカなことは言わないでください。
You just know she's so worried.
ご自分の体のことでしょ。屋敷に帰られたばかりだというのに兄さんに死なれたら私はどうすればいいんです。
Akiha is seriously ticked off. I'm surprised to see her this uncompromisingly angry. Of course.
兄さんは軽率すぎます。
Of course, for Akiha, the most important person in her life is Shiki, after all.
もう少しご自分をいたわってあげてください。
いや、俺だってあまり無理はしてないよ。部活もやってないし、医者の言うことは全部守ってるし。これ以上いたわれって言うんなら、どっかのサナトリウムにでも入るしかないんじゃないか？
ええ。できることならそうしてしまいたいぐらいです。
Oh, Akiha.
どこかの孤島でも買い取って、そこで反省していただくのもありですね。
You know what? From these lines alone, I think Nasu would do it again on the far side route. I think he would do it again. If you played Akiha's route, you know what I mean. She'd do it again. Akiha suddenly averts her gaze and offhandedly proposes something terrifying. What makes it terrifying is, of course, the fact that she's not joking. She's more than capable of doing something like that.
いいわ。今回は何事もなかったので不問にしてあげます。でも次はありませんからね、兄さん。
Having spoken her mind, it appears that Akiha is finished with her outburst. As for Hisui, she simply stood by and watched our exchange, as still as a statue. The silence is awkward. It looks like we still have some time before we can eat, so I don't know why I do this, but you know. No. Why am I doing that? I was supposed to click flowchart. Okay, I'm retarded. Christ, man. You know what? I'll be a good boy this time around and ask about Akiha first. Then we'll try and ask about Clark-san.
そういえば思い出したんだけど、秋葉は今も朝女の生徒なんだよな。
はい。朝上女学院は中学校から大学までのエスカレーターですから。
Asagami Private Girls Academy is a school for young ladies in the next prefecture over. The school was originally a missionary school founded in the early Meiji era, but now it's just a school that retains its original name. In the Showa era, the school was on the verge of collapsing due to financial difficulties, but was blessed by new supporters and is still in operation.
あそこは全寮制だろ。どうしてここから通っているのかなって。
朝上のおじさまとお父様は懇意の間柄でしたから、多少のわがままは聞いていただけます。
Then the reason is clear.
事情があるのなら自宅からの登校も許可すると。
Well, a rational reason is, I mean, she is still managing their business, right? The rational reason.
いや、俺が聞きたいのはそういうことじゃなくて、秋葉は親父が亡くなるまで寮の方で生活してたんだろ。なんで今になってうちから通ってるんだよ。車で1時間近くかかるんじゃないか。
それは。
Stumbling over her words, Akiha averts her gaze.
四季様、秋葉様は以前から週の半分をお屋敷でお過ごしになられていました。ですので、学園に通うのはそう特別なことではありません。
Well, Hisui, nice save.
そうだったのか。けど、なんだってそんなことに。
お父様のたっての願いでしたから、週の半分はこちらで過ごすことにしていたんです。
Ah, I understand now. Toda Makihiza didn't allow Akiha any free time even after she entered middle school.
そっか。でも、親父はもういないんだ。秋葉も無理することないんじゃないか。ただでさえ忙しいのに、往復2時間もかけるなんてバカらしい。その分、寄宿舎で友達と過ごした方が楽しいだろう。
ええ、そうできたら苦労はしません。ですが、私には責任がありますから。昨日のようなことがある限り、当分は屋敷から学校に通います。
I have responsibilities. She could have ended it there. But then she goes, so long as incidents such as yesterday's continue to occur, I will continue to commute to school from the mansion. You just know.
昨日のようなこと。
Did some problem arise with regard to the Tono family fortune while I was out? Duh.
何でもありません。自覚がないのでしたら結構です。
Maybe it's better that way.
それより兄さん、随分と朝上女学院について詳しいようですが、 興味でも終わりでしたの？
Oh man, I remember Akiha's route. Didn't she transfer to? Oh shit. They'll do it. Natsu's gonna do it, right?
男性にはあまり縁のない世界のはずですが。
うん。そりゃちょっとは知ってるよ。だって、秋葉の通ってる学校なんだから。
は？
Of course, it's something Akiha related.
お前が中学生になった時、恵子さんに聞いたんだよ。浅上女学院に入学したって。だから少しは。
I mean, he does think about Akiha from time to time. He mentions this before he went to the mansion anyway. While he was going to the mansion. I just thought it wouldn't hurt to know what kind of school my sister went to.
今はネットのおかげで調べるのも簡単だし、さすがに現地には行ってないけど。
そうでしたか。失礼しました。私はてっきり。
I mean, come on. Think a little credit about yourself. Well. He wasn't sending letters. He wasn't replying to Akiha's letters. So naturally, she'll think about like, he doesn't really care about me or something like that. Anyway, yeah. Due to the nature of Asagami Private Girls Academy, there are many beautiful students and noble ladies. So mostly the invitation ticket for relatives, which allows non-students entry to the cultural festival, is worth its weight in gold. I have Erihiko to thank for all this trivial information.
お待たせしました。梅じそと卵のおかゆ登場です。
Baka-san comes in vigorously pushing a servant cart.
おしゃべりはここまでだな。時間もないし、ちゃちゃっと食っちまおう。
兄さん、その乱暴な言葉遣いはやめてください。
ありゃ、すっかり元の調子に戻ったか。俺の心配をしてくれていた方がおとなしくてよかったのに。
バカな発言も控えてください。戻るも戻らないも、私、兄さんの心配なんてしていませんので。
She's back being stunned. Akiha looks away hotly. As I watch her charming display, I thank Kohaku-san for the porridge. For a porridge, why do I hear the sound of like chopsticks? That don't make sense.
いってらっしゃいませ。
Alright, rewind and pick the Kohaku option, I guess. Here we go. Why am I getting an impression that these are totally different? Maybe it is. Alright. Right, fast forward to the next decision. Here we go. Alright, I have a word about Kohaku-san.
秋葉、琥珀さんのことだけど。
はい。琥珀がどうかしましたか？
ああ、いい人だなって。さっき玄関で怒られたよ。朝ごはんを抜いたら大きくなれませんよって。
確かに琥珀らしいですね。
あっちの家にいた頃もさ、そんな風に叱られたことなんてなかったから驚いた。おかげでこれから朝飯を抜くことはできなさそうだ。
そうですね。
兄さんはただでさえ貧血気味なんですから、朝食を抜くなんてもってのほかです。
In my case, my diet has a little effect on my dizziness. But I'll just be obedient and nod my head.
お待たせしました。
Was that
梅じそと卵のおかゆ登場です。
was that the boring option? Because we okay. Let me fast forward. It's probably the boring option. That was probably the boring option. Yeah, I think that was the boring option. Yeah, I think that was the boring option. Not that it will affect like the gameplay and we I mean greatly affect the story. What? I think it'll still lead to the scene anyway. It wouldn't change like deeply. So this one leads you to the CL route anyway. Yeah, this is the one where you go to CL's route. Anyway, there's only 2 routes in this game. I wonder if they're gonna apply like the far side routes as a huge ass DLC. It's kind of weird. I mean, they'll have to integrate it in this one, right? Am I repeating that? All right, we'll just pick the Akiha one and skip to fast forward. Oh.
そういえば、
お父様のたっての願いでしたから。
Okay, so I mentioned earlier that I will end stream at like 7:30. It's 7:14, so I have 15 minutes ish, 16 rather. But
いってらっしゃいませ。
good here. Let me get it. Let me get it for dinner. As usual, Hisui sees me off as I leave the main gate. Except this time, Hisui stares at me and takes a small breath as if to muster up enough courage to continue speaking.
四季様、昨日はどうなされたのですか？
別に何もないよ。学校で気分が悪くなって早退して、ここに帰ってくる途中で。
When I... what?
公園で休んでいただけだ。でも確かに秋葉の言う通り軽率だった。これからは気をつける。
責めているのではありません。今朝の四季様はひどく無理をしているように見えたのです。どうかみちみちお気をつけください。
Hisui must have considered saying even those few words to be overstepping her boundaries. Bowing especially deeply sends me on my way. As I approach the school, I see more and more people wearing school uniforms. The time is 7:45. Nobody seems to be in a particular rush to get to school, probably because there's still plenty of time before homeroom. Of course, that goes for me too. This morning, I can start my day as usual without having to worry about being late or anything else for that matter. After I cross this intersection, it's only a little ways to the main gate. The traffic light turns red and I stop in front of the crosswalk. Beyond the crosswalk is the wall of the school. The path to the school is protected by a guardrail, and even now, students are jostling their way toward the school gate. Excluding the students from my school, there isn't anyone else on the sidewalk at this time of day. Or at least, there shouldn't be. And yet, through the gas between the cars racing by, I think I caught a glimpse of a figure in white. Over there is a woman. An unmistakable white face. Sorry, I had this random memory of the old translation. It was so bad. I mean the OG's translation. I shouldn't talk about that one. I just remembered something, a very terrible translation. That was such a bad translation, man. Golden hair that reminds me of the sunlight. Long, thin eyebrows and red eyes. I've only seen her once, but there is no way I could mistake her for anyone else. But it can't be her. Because yesterday, with my own two hands, I tore that woman to pieces. No, that's not true. It was nothing more than a bad dream. Hisui, Akiha, and even Kohaku-san all said, they didn't say anything of the sort. I'd just been desperate to believe that they had, which means that that wasn't a dream. It was real. I killed her. I killed her. I killed her. I definitely killed her. There's no doubt about it. But then, if I did, how? How could she be here? How could she be right here, in front of me? The light turns green. The students around me are walking across to the other side. I alone stand stock still amidst the crowd, too stunned to move. The woman is sitting on the guardrail, swinging her legs aimlessly. It's as if she's waiting for someone. I have no idea how long she's been waiting, but there's nothing grim about her expression. I wonder who she's waiting for. She's fidgety and restless, as if she's waiting for her lover. No. Hold on. She's still waiting? Who is she waiting for? It's obvious. That much is obvious. I'm sure I'd do the same. In fact, anyone would do the same. If someone were to kill me, I wouldn't even have to think about who I'd want to see first. I have a bad feeling about this. A shiver runs down my spine like a centipede crawling on my back. It feels like my spine is about to burst out of my mouth. The woman in white looks at me. Our gazes meet. Our thoughts align. It all makes perfect sense. No. It's just a coincidence. It has to be a coincidence. I never come into contact with this woman. I had no connection to her. She has nothing to do with me. She's just a stranger who looks like her. She must be waiting for someone else. If she isn't, then I'm living in a nightmare. I mean, just think about it. There's no way a dead person, a person who was dismembered that thoroughly, could possibly still be alive. And yet, the woman is alive and smiling at me. Oh shit. A smile that says, "So, you're finally here." She seems deeply satisfied to have found the person who have killed her. The woman smiles warmly and waves at me, and stands up from the guardrail. This is a no shit moment, to be honest. I try to put myself in Shiki's shoes. Anyway, she starts walking over to where I stand frozen in place, her hair fluttering softly.
なんだよ、それ。
This is a bad dream. The light turns red. Come on, why is my emulator dying? The woman walks straight across the road, not seeming to care about the cars racing by. She's barely 3 meters away now. I don't know if this is a dream or if it's really happening.
来るなって言ってるのに。
No matter how loud I shout, the reality in front of me remains the same. So I just run away from the woman in white. I run. I run as fast as I can. Without any regard for shame or appearances, I keep running as fast as I can along the asphalt road, knocking over pedestrians out of my way. My breathing is ragged and my heart is pounding in agony. Even so, I run. My facial expression is locked into a grimace. My vision is distorted by tears. My throat is burning. My lungs are shivering up. My muscles in my hands are trembling so violently that I feel like they're about to rip themselves apart. My legs have forgotten how to move and are just kicking haphazardly at the ground. With each step I take, a numbing pain shoots through my thigh. But that's okay. I don't care if my legs are get torn off. Because if I don't run, I'll go crazy. I look behind me. The woman in white is walking toward me. She's definitely following me. The woman I killed is chasing me. That itself is more than enough reason for my frenzy. My heart feels like it's about to explode, but I ignore it and keep on running. When I look behind me, she's still there. She's chasing me with footsteps as light as a feather. My head is tilted back. My arms are limp. I lost all feeling in my legs a long time ago. So why is it, if I'm running as fast as I can possibly can, that I can't shake off a person that's only walking? I'm breathing even harder. I've been running at full tilt for who knows how many kilometers now. And yet when I look back, I can still see her walking towards me. She's walking calmly, as though just out for a stroll, but she's still matching my pace perfectly. She's like a ghost, burned into a rear view mirror. I laugh, even though there's nothing funny about this situation. Even as I laugh, I keep on running. I guess he's having a society moment right now. I can't stop laughing, but I can still run. Even though my body is screaming at me that I'll die if I run any further, I still run. It should be obvious why I'm running. If she catches up to me, she'll kill me for sure. I laugh it off, but I know better than anyone that it's just a way for me to cope. There is no need for any reason or rationale. This is just the natural rule of karma that everyone knows. That those who kill will be killed in return. Since I killed her, she has the right to kill me. That's why it's just a fact that my life will end in the moment I'm cornered. I collapsed to the ground in a heap. It's not that I tripped so much as I couldn't force my limbs to take even one more step, and just came crashing down. Crawling along the ground, I somehow managed to make it over to the base of the wall. I put my hands on the wall and try to stand up, but it's no use. As soon as I stand up, the strength drains from my legs and I fall on my backside with a thud. Sprawled there, my body now refuses to even budge. I tilt my head back and breathe in. I'm in agony. I don't have enough oxygen at all. As a result, my brain isn't thinking over properly. I can't even make sense of what I'm doing. I don't even know why I'm doing this. Why is that woman I killed still alive? I killed that woman. I killed her. Completely and utterly. So then how could she be waiting for me in the front of school with a smile on her face? That's right. I killed her. I killed her. I killed her. Why?
あれ？追いかけっこはもう終わり？
A dry sound echoes through the back alley. The woman that pursued me with floating footsteps shrugs her shoulders in disappointment, turns to me as I lean stump against the wall and says,
こんにちは。昨日は本当にお世話になったわ。
She gives me a big, carefree smile. I feel like I'm growing crazy. I don't know why she's making that face. Still smiling, the woman brazenly strolls into the dead end alleyway.
それとこれ忘れ物。困るのよね。証拠になるようなものを落とされちゃう。
She lobs a black object my way. It's my bag. I hadn't even realized that I'd lost it. No. Wait. What did she just say? Evidence? Evidence of what exactly? No. Run. Run! With escape on my mind, I managed to move my feet. But there's a concrete wall behind me, so I can't retreat any further.
追いかけっこは終わりなんでしょ？だってここ袋小路だもん。おまけに人気もないから邪魔が入る心配もないし。
The woman keeps smiling as though delighted by all this. Dead end alleyway. No one around. I frantically cast my eyes around my surroundings and am disgusted by my own stupidity. Fleeing to a place like this is like asking to be killed.
長かったな。あれから18時間、ようやくあなたを捕まえた。
Sorry, I remembered. Suddenly, I remembered Shadow and Imminence. Anyway, I hear a tap as soon as the woman takes another step into the alleyway. Yo, what happened to my game? Oh, sorry. Okay. Dumbass.
お前。
何？
お前は確かに。
There you go. Isn't good to sit for too long. I was supposed to end stream here. You know what? Maybe I'll end it before I develop a further headache or something. Well, the pain is no longer there, but I just had this weird feeling I should end it now and get some food. Anyway, we're gonna be continuing this tomorrow, I guess. Most likely. I mean, yeah, most likely I'll continue this tomorrow. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed watching, and I'll see you guys on the continuation of the scene. I wonder if tomorrow yeah, for tomorrow for sure we're gonna get to the hotel scene at least, and our first encounter with Blob, but I am not sure if I'm gonna be putting in a lot of time to get to the point where we reach the first fight. We get to the part where we fight Blob for the second time. For sure, tomorrow we'll reach the first scene, but the first fight. But the second one, let's see how far we can go by tomorrow.